Hey yo, y'all wanna hear about my boogeyman? Y'all wanna hear about that thing that keeps me up at night, that reoccurring nightmare, that thing that chases me and I can't shake. It's that one flaw, that character flaw that I think is really just gonna chase me all my life. The thing that keeps popping up when I least suspect it to, and every time I'm about to do something great, every time I'm about to do something just really out there and that's really gonna just make my life better, it just sneaks in. It's an insecurity that's just seated in who I am, and I'm really trying to tackle it. I'm really trying to get rid of it, but boom, it comes back just out of nowhere. It's actually a question: why am I not good enough, bro? I really can't even explain to you how much asking that question has really played with my psyche, because it's like, first and foremost, let's break it down. Why am I not good enough? In order to say that, that means I've already admitted to myself that I'm not good enough. It's like I've accepted the fact that I'm not good, and in and of itself, that's bad, right? It's like saying like, "Yo, you're less than average. You're less than par. You're not what we expected you to be. I'm not what I expected me to be." Like that's really what it's saying. But let's go beyond that. Let's look at what it's actually asking. Because first and foremost, what even is that question? That's the crazy thing. I'm not even sure what is good enough. What am I measuring? What is good? And who am I being good for? Like, it's an immeasurable question almost. Because half the times I don't even know what I'm comparing myself to. And I really think it comes up because of a different question. Like, I think really the root of it has been there since the day I was born, and I won't get into it that much, but more recently in college years, it's this question of like, why come I can't keep people in my life? Like, why come people don't stay? If I'm really valuable, if I'm really doing what I'm supposed to do, why am I the person being cut out? Like, why am I the person who normally takes the hit and the pain and like all this stuff? And I don't blame the other person most of the time. I just look at myself and I'm just like, bro, you're still making the same mistakes you did when you were like 12 years old. You're still doing the same things and you haven't fixed it yet. Like, what's wrong with you? And it's not something I like at all. And it leads itself to so many other problems because it's like it comes back up in ways where I don't trust people, because I get hateful. Like I really just make my heart hard and I'm just like, yo, I know people mean well, but just because they're human and they lack knowledge sometimes, they're going to hurt me. So I don't trust them. If I do trust them, I don't listen to them because I probably think I'm smarter than them. I'm probably trying to avoid, like really trying to take any advice. So like, I don't know that they don't have any power over me. It's weird. It really is. And through it all, what I'm sort of realizing is I don't think there's anything good that's going to come out of it. Because it's almost like I don't even know how to judge it. Like I haven't even set a rubric. I haven't even said, all right, if you're not doing this, this, and this, then you're not good enough. It's not about my effort. It's not about who I am. It's not about anything I'm doing. It's about some weird sense of result, something that I can't even control. It's like I'm blaming this lack of relationships. I'm blaming this inability to truly affect change in the way that I want it to happen. This is me not being able to give advice in a way that people respect and that they actually act on, and they end up doing something else that's going to end up hurting them. This is me watching my friends go down a dark path when I'm just like, bro, I'm telling you everything you need to know. Why are you ignoring me? This is me trying to just take control out of everything and really just trying to ease the pain of everyone. It's like me trying to help myself, help my family, help my friends, help the people I care about. It's me trying to do all of that and trying to take control of it, and just at the end of the day just being like, I'm not enough to do all that. And realistically, first and foremost, I probably actually am not, because like I'm not a superhuman, like I'm no one particularly special in that regard. So for me to try to take on that much responsibility is in and of itself kind of wild, right? But I still try to do it. But that would probably be the first real words of advice that I tell anyone really going through it. It's like, you're not Superman, you're not Superwoman. There's certain things you just can't do. There's certain things you really aren't capable of doing. There's things that, not saying that you shouldn't go after it or that one day you won't get it, but right now you may not be ready to take that on. You may not have the power to do it effectively. Like, there's a learning process. You're young. Most likely you have time to grow and continue to get better at that thing so you can take on more of that responsibility. But I think a lot of times I hate myself for that. The fact that I'm not better than what I am, the fact that I can't get the results that I want. Even with social media, right? I'm making these posts, I'm putting them out, I'm trying to put out these good words, I'm trying to really be a person of value. And it's like, if I don't see the results, if I don't see the people commenting, not that I'm like using that to determine my value, but like in my head, what I'm saying is like, yo, that means I'm not being helpful. That means people aren't listening. That means I'm not actually affecting a change. It means like, am I being opposite of what I want? Am I being annoying? That's what I turn it into. I'm just like, yo, what if I'm posting too much? Like, what if I'm posting things that are frustrating? Like, even when I'm being completely myself, I'm like, yo, this is for the people. This is for them. This is what they need. And at the end of the day, it's just like, bro, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. You really are, and you really can't be anything but yourself. The only thing you can really control is how much heart you put behind it, how much you actually are trying to be that good person. So I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to get better at understanding how to listen to my heart more and how to just act on that, and to not like really just put all my value in how other people act. Because to a degree, yes, I do have to take accountability. I do have to say that if I hurt someone, there's certain things I did and said that caused that to happen. If I didn't open up about something, if I didn't communicate it, and then that ends up hurting somebody, or if that ends up manifesting it in a way that is negative, then I have to take responsibility for that. But in terms of what other people choose to do, that's their decision. It really is. And it's like, I don't take into account how much they have their own ability to make decisions outside of mine. Like, I don't take into account their story and what's going through their head. It's probably the same exact thing. So yeah, it's real. Again, I don't think I'm gonna be able to deal with it anytime soon in any way of like true finality. Like, to be able to just end it. It's gonna come back up. It's gonna just come back up at a weird time too. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is, man. It really is. I just have to be comfortable with the fact that I don't have everything together. I just don't. I'm not able to do everything that I want to do. I'm not able to do it as well as I want to do it. Things aren't happening as fast as I would like them to. And just like being patient and just being kind with myself and really being gentle with my own spirit so that I foster just like love for myself and self care instead of just self hate is truly important. And I just highly encourage that anyone who can relate to what I'm going through to do the same thing. Like, give yourself grace. Give yourself the ability to learn it. Like, give yourself the ability to just look at it from a overhead perspective and not put it all on you. Like, you're not in charge of their life. You're not directly, you're just someone who really cares, and you may be open hearted, and you may love other people, and you may really want them to do well, and you may really want to help them. But at the end of the day, they're going through what they're going through, and they're going to end up making mistakes. And the only thing you can do is be the best you. You can be there. You can shed that light as much as you want, but it's not your responsibility per se. Like, they have to make choices too. They have to meet their end. You know what I'm saying? It's a relationship. It's two way. It's two street things. So I only say all that because it's what I would want to hear. I only say all that because I know what it's like for me, and hopefully you can relate. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. And if it was, I'm just grateful that I could be there for you. And if it wasn't, hey, it is what it is, man. I'm just saying my truth. I'm out, y'all.